Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. If you're not paying attention, you probably should be. We come at you every single day of the week, bringing you the most pertinent information that you'd want to know about as a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investor. And let me just say, we're going to go over a lot of different pieces of news today, but at the very least, make sure you pay attention to these first three stories because they're going over on-chain data. As you know, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, it's the first asset class that we've ever had where we're able to see how the coins are changing hands, and we can do data analysis, and this truly paints a picture as to what the future looks like. So with that being said, make sure you stay for the first three stories, like the video, and let me share with you what the mainstream media is essentially afraid to cover. This is story 1 of 3. Bitcoin whales bought the dip in such a huge way that 1.2 billion has left exchanges. So Bitcoin being held in exchange wallets has fallen off a cliff. Let's get to the specific data and what this means. Bitcoin exchanges lost 100,000 Bitcoin during the weekend's price crash, data shows. That's a bullish sign. Of course, the price crash that's being referred to is this right here. But to continue, according to popular analyst Cole Gardner, the change is yet another hint that the overall mood among investors is extremely optimistic. He says it happened 2 days ago. Whales bought up the sell-off. Bitcoin flowing out of exchanges is bullish. The only reason to take Bitcoin or any coin off an exchange is because you intend not to sell them anytime soon. And you can see that data represented here. Now, to continue, because like I said, these first three stories go together, check this out. Bitcoin is entering into a new adoption cycle, Coin Metrics exec says. And he's not just saying that. We have data. Check this out. The number of Bitcoin addresses holding at least $10 worth of cryptocurrency recently rose to a record high of 16.6 million, according to the very reputable Glassnode. This number is now up 14% from the previous peak of 14.5 million that was reached at the top of the last cycle. Essentially, there are now more addresses with a small balance than there were at the height of the previous bull market. And again, you can see that data represented right here. This is exactly what you would think you would be seeing if we truly are entering into a bull market, if this truly has a future. We are seeing boots on the ground buying Bitcoin. Now, that was story 2 out of 3. To continue, let's get a little bit more specific. So this story is a representation for what is happening with Bitcoin as a whole, but this is a specific example. I'm going to tell you why this matters. So a company called MicroStrategy, worth $1.2 billion, will now hold Bitcoin as part of its cash reserves. MicroStrategy, an enterprise business intelligence application software vendor valued at over $1.2 billion, says it will add Bitcoin as part of its cash holdings and will likely increase its exposure to digital assets if market conditions are favorable. The new capital allocation to Bitcoin was revealed by the president and chief financial officer, Phong Le, during the company's second quarter 2020 earnings call. So this is information that this person has to reveal. This is information that you have to tell your constituents and the investors. And the specific quote, "We will seek to invest up to $250 million over the next 12 months in one or more alternative investments or assets, which may include stocks, bonds, commodities such as gold, digital assets such as Bitcoin, or other asset types." To give you more specifics, I liked what these two guys were commenting underneath this article on Reddit. So this guy shed some light. The company, which you can find it's listed on the NASDAQ, you can see their information on Yahoo Finance. It's a real legit company. This company has been around for 22 years, makes about 25 million profits per year. They hold 420 million in cash. This is pretty good for a company adding Bitcoin to its cash reserves. I was expecting it to be some sort of penny stock trash, trying to get some share price boost by having a Bitcoin PR. I'm not shilling the stock. I think this is good for Bitcoin. maybe eventually companies like Apple will hold some Bitcoin in their cash reserves. And as the OP said, that's exactly the point. The company complained that its USD holdings are devaluing. Same reason companies will allocate a portion to Bitcoin in the coming years, slowly but surely. So these guys are advocating some of their cash holdings into Bitcoin simply because that's the best thing they can do for their company at this point. Hell yeah, we're going to see other companies do stuff like this. Look, guys, let's continue. Goldman Sachs is thinking about making their own cryptocurrency. We're going to dive into this story next. Then I want to talk about the incredible job Chainlink is doing. I want to talk about Ethereum Classic. And we're going to finish this up, guys. If you're getting value in this video, give it a like. Goldman Sachs eyes its own token as banks appoint new head of digital assets. So here's the details. Goldman Sachs is seriously considering its own cryptocurrency, possibly a stablecoin, as it significantly expands its digital asset team and appoints a new head to spearhead efforts. So Goldman Sachs is bringing in cryptocurrency people or digital asset people. Matthew McDermott, Goldman Sachs's new digital asset global head, confirmed the U.S. investment bank Goldman Sachs is exploring whether to launch its own digital asset. This was reported by CNBC on Thursday. The quote is, "We are exploring the commercial viability of creating our own digital fiat token, but it's the early days as we continue to work through the potential use cases." Last month, McDermott hired Ollie Harris as head of strategy. Harris was instrumental in JP Morgan's blockchain Quorum, as well as making JPM coin. So Goldman Sachs is getting in on it. And let's move on, because that story speaks for itself. Let's talk about Chainlink. Let's talk about Ethereum Classic. So Chainlink, guys, continues to surge. It's up another 14% as the price nears $10. And this sentence, I think, is very true. 2020 continues to be a great year for Chainlink as Bitcoin price soars and Chainlink racks up partnership after partnership. Link holders reap the benefit. So, and this is an example of one of their, we see articles like this every single day. And I've always said that sentiment is such a big part of coins pumping. What Chainlink has been doing this year and last year is what Ripple used to do with XRP during the last cycle. Just every single day, partnership, this. Every company should try and match what Chainlink is doing. And again, I want to stress this is obviously because of the great job they're doing, driving just Chainlink being at the top of the news every single day. So we'll move on, but it's just impressive. And if you are a Link holder, tell me what your plan is. Let's talk about Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic suffers its second 51% attack in a week. And this isn't the first week that Ethereum Classic has ever suffered a 51% attack. And I have to point this out. This is what the price did, practically unchanged. This is the price history, practically unchanged. 251% attacks in a week. It basically is proof that the chain is unstable and can easily be manipulated. And yet this cryptocurrency is basically still holding its market value. And as more and more proof of work coins fade into obscurity, like this one, I think we're going to see these coins fading into obscurity that are proof of work. And I'm not talking about Bitcoin falling to this, but the other proof of work coins, which are kind of useless, they're going to become susceptible to 51% attacks. But it's so crazy to me that the price doesn't change when these things are proved to be unstable or centralized. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's like you can make an argument as to why the whole market is just going to pump as retail flows in, because the infrastructure, the plumbing, never been greater. And clearly, fundamentally bearish things don't affect the price. So we'll move on, but I just find it, tell me what the takeaway is, because I'm a hard time, dealing with the fact that the price doesn't go down 251% attacks in a week. It's crazy. Grayscale has been doing impressive numbers month after month, 5.5 billion, and which is great. The CEO says, hey guys, this is just the beginning. We ain't seen nothing yet. All right, guys, that is it for me today. This is an exciting time to be in the cryptocurrency space. I can't imagine Bitcoin not being a good investment at this point. And anyways, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you tomorrow.